Welcome back to Ember Centers. This is Michael with Trading Escapes. You can find us at tradingescapes.com. It's time for the weekly trade review. Monday, February 24th, we had 4 stocks on watch: AMD, GILD, Tesla, and Microsoft. Took 4 trades, all on AMD. We had a nice setup that we didn't take on GILD, and a nice setup on Tesla that we didn't take. Did not see anything in Microsoft this morning. Let's jump into these AMD trades and take a look at them. First trade was on a 1-minute setup. We had 2 drive bars down, idle bar failed on us, had a full stop. We rated a 5 out of 10. We were coming down into the support area. Our idle bar broke the low of our drive bar, and at the end of the day, all those things considered, it went exactly the way it probably should have, and we should have not taken this, and we got a full stop to start the day down, I believe, 1R. Our second trade on AMD, I actually took 3 swings at this. The first 2 were losers. Third one was a break-even flat trade. Again, trading into some resistance up here. We'd already ran an ATR. We're rating this trade about a 5 out of 10. It was really a 2-minute setup. You have this bar 1, bar 2. As you can see, it does come to the top of this area, but you can see we already broke it here. So this is more like it just kind of put a double top on this resistance area. So that ended up stopping us out twice, and we were flat on the third trade, or the third swing at this. The third trade was a 2-minute setup right here as we drive back down, kind of in this trend line. This was more, we probably traded this because of the trend break, really a low rank trade, 3 out of 10. The drive doesn't really clear any area. The idle doesn't come down to the low of the drive bar. Trading into support, all in all, was just not a good setup, not a good trade to take. And then the last trade we took, 2-minute setup, nice strong drive bar. We clear this area. We do have support here, which you can see it hit, but we do have a nice clean daily level, which it came down and touched. So we took 2R out of this. We actually made our money back from these losses, an additional 2R. It was a good trade. It did come back and stop out. Could have took a second swing at this. And if you'd have traded this second swing down to this daily level that we marked off, that's a good 5 to 1 on your money. So those were all the trades. Ooh, look at this. This trade right here. We didn't take this. We didn't see it. It was after we were done trading for the morning. This is about 1:30 or 2:30 Eastern time. Look at that. Look at this consolidation, this drive up, idles, and then it moves out. Buyers come in. Buyers realize they're not going to get a better price. Sellers start to realize that the price is going up, and everybody gives up. Buyers take over and accelerates out. This would have been the best trade. This trade was great. This was the cleanest trade of the day. All right, so let's see if we got a couple setups that we look at. All right, so what do we have here? So GILD had a 2-minute at 10:48 and Tesla at 8:30, both on the 2-minute charts. Let's see if we can look at those real quick. So here's our GILD setup. We started consolidating. This line here would have been a pre-market level. Actually, it's the whole dollar level. It's not a daily level, but we did mark it off because we didn't really have anything else to play against where the price action was. We consolidate, we peak over it, we drive down, we idle for a second, and then acceleration. And look what this thing did. I mean, your stop is, I don't know what that stop is, maybe 15 cents at the most. That thing ran down from 73 all the way to 71.60. Great, beautiful trade. Wish we'd have traded this. That's about a 7 out of 10 trade right there. Drive bar strong, idle candle holds probably the lower 25%. Good acceleration with volume. Just a nice trade. And then the Tesla trade here was way early in the morning, 8:30 in the morning, 2-minute chart. Open, put a test in, recover this pre-market level. So here's our drive bar. Probably the biggest distractor here. The drive bar is kind of medium. It's not really that strong. We do peak over a little bit with the idle, and acceleration. We accelerate out. Here's a 2R on that trade if we'd have taken it, and here's 3R before it starts to turn back. So that is the review for February 24th. Again, we were up 2R. For 2020, we're trying to put a new plan together, trying to be systematic. So all our size is small. So we're really just looking at, we're trying to stay away from the P&L. I think we're up $20 for the day, so nothing to write home about. It's more about waiting for executions, trading a series, documenting our trades, journaling, basically just growing as traders versus sweating the P&L every day. And keeping our losses small when we have those red days. We expect to trade 2 really good days a week. We expect to have 2 so-so days a week, and we expect to have 1 horrible day a week. That horrible day needs to be small. Those 2 so-so days, we need to do our best to either be green or flat. Now, every once in a while we will have a negative days in those 2 days, but there again, it's got to be very small. It's the only way you can survive in this game. Hope everybody's doing well. We'll get on to the next day of trading. Tuesday, February 25th, we had 4 stocks on watch. MRNA, we took 2 trades on, 2 winners. PANW, we took 2 trades on, 2 winners. PINS, we took 1 trade. It was a break-even trade, flat trade. And Home Depot HD, we took 1 trade and was a losing trade. Had a total gain of 2.5R for the day out of those 6 trades. Let's take a look at some of these, some of the setups. Let's take a look at these 2 losers real quick, get these out of the way. Both were 1-minute setups. You can see on PINS, we have a nice drive bar, pull down drive bar, idle. We pull up a little over about 1.5R. We cut the break even, comes back, and ends up. We jump out a little early, but it would have ended up stopping us out. Not a bad trade, nothing wrong with it. It just didn't work out. Could have taken profit at 1R, but instead we tried to hold it, and we looked for it to run, and it didn't pull our way. On the HD trade, nice drive bar, decent idle. Although we do break the drive bar, I don't particularly like it when we break the drive bar. This was a big spread. So this trade, we could have gotten some money out of it, but we held it into this pullback up. Our actual stop was up here around 95 because of the spread, and to get 2R out of this would have been a feat, and it wasn't. I just didn't feel like it was going to happen, so we got out. Maybe it was a mistake. Let's back up and take a look at the 5-minute chart on it. You can just kind of get a feel for. Yeah, this was our trade right here, so we could have pulled that 2R out of that trade. We had this beautiful pull down here, so it could have worked out if we held it, but we didn't, and we ended up taking 4 more trades. So let's check out these mRNA trade. Again, this was a pharmaceutical stock coming out with some news. They have a product to help with the coronavirus. You can see this first trade is just beautiful. Only thing I don't like about this first trade is that this candle doesn't come to the low, but strong drive, idle bar is a doji, 4th bar breaks down on strength. Just a fantastic play. This second one was actually just a second swing at the same setup, so there's no real setup here besides we're just breaking this level where the first one set up. So we took another 1R out of that. And then Palo Alto, the first trade was on the 1 minute. Right here we have this drive up, nice idle bar. and then we mismanaged it, jumped out. We pulled up one about 1.5R, pulled back on us. We got out of the trade, but you can see this thing runs 1, 2, 3, probably 5R, so 5 to 1 on your money if you would have held it. This second trade was a setup on the 2-minute chart. We kind of engulf, drive down, idle, and the problem with this trade is we didn't break soon enough. We didn't see that momentum to the downside. We didn't see that acceleration bar until 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth bar. I can tell you when it did pop, it ran strong, but we kind of just took that pop, got out for the day. We were up 2.5R and we called it quits. But this thing did run 1, 2, a decent. If you held it all the way over here, you would got 4 to 1 on your money. So that was it for Tuesday. Let's wrap it up and we'll check out the next day. Wednesday, February 26th, we had 4 stocks on watch: mRNA, WWZM, and GILD. We took 2 trades for a total gain of 0.5R. Both trades were on WW. Let's jump in here and take a look at these. This initially started to set up on the 1 minute, went a little long. We started watching on the 2 minute, got triggered in, and then hit full stop out. So that was a loss of 1.5R, I believe. We had a little bit of slippage on that. Then we jumped back in for the second swing of this, took 2R in profit, 2 to 1, and ended up 0.5R up. This continued to rip down when we stopped and started making the video. It was continuing to rip down. Other watch list stocks didn't really have anything very clean. We had this one setup on ZM Zoom where we were looking at this 1 minute setup. Our stop was actually up here with the spread, so we could have taken the initial trigger and waited for this acceleration down, or could have taken the re-swing on it, but at the time that we started making the video, it was continued down as well. That was it for Wednesday. We will stop there and look at the next day. Thursday, February 27th, 4 stocks on watch: mRNA, SQ, TDOC, and Etsy. Took 5 trades for a 5R loss. Did some revenge trading, didn't hold stops. We only had one other setup on TDOC here besides the trades that we took on SQ. So let's take a look at this real quick. You can see we had 5 trades, 2 different setups, all losers. First one was a 5-minute setup on SQ. You can see right here, strong drive, hold 50% on that idle bar, looking to push out. You can see it just kept testing this area, and we took the initial trade, then we took a re-swing, both losers. You can see it on the 1 minute. Took the initial trade, took the retest, the re-trigger of that trade, loser. Then we actually took a third retest of that level. Then we actually tried to jump in short with this setup here, which was the 4th trade. That didn't work out, so we held all of these stops. Trade number 1, full stop. Trade number 2, full stop. Trade number 3, full stop. Trade number 4, full stop. And then we bounce off this level again. Let's look at the 5 minute again. You can see it. We drew out these 2 dotted lines here. It just kept coming down. This first dotted line is something that we had on our charts since the morning, and then we added the second one, basically the whole dollar. Then it pulled down probably about 30 cents under that whole dollar. So we tested that level once, twice. So we get back in, go back to the 1 minute chart. Get back in right here, basically as we re-trigger on that initial trade, and then we actually add in as we break over the whole dollar. We get stopped out. You can't see it here, but we initially get stopped out on those 10 shares because the stop was a little bit higher than that. But our stop on this first order was all the way down here at about 81.39. And as you can see, let's go back up to the 5 minute. 81.39 is right about here. So we didn't even get close. So we held the full stops on the first 4 trades, and then the 5th trade, which we were revenge trading, we should have stopped on the first trade. We're up for the week. We took a full stop loss. That was good enough. We should have just stopped down 1R. Took 4 more trades, down 4R, and then we're in a revenge trade mode, but our risk tolerance is super depleted. So we've used up all our emotional capital. We've held all these trades. We've taken full stops, and we get into this revenge trade on the 5th trade, and what do? We jump out because we don't have the wherewithal to hold that trade through the stop. So as soon as it starts pulling back in this candle right here, we jump out. Here's our stop. You can see what happened. We had I believe it was about a 40-cent stop on this trade. So it ran from 82. It ran 1, 2, 3, and I believe right now it's still going up. So that was a fun day. Gave back all our profits for the week. The only other setup we really had was on these 4 stocks was T-Doc, and you can see pulled down, hit a low, 2 drive candles up, nice idle, and then we got easily 2 to 1 on your money out of that trade if we would have taken it. Market's super volatile today. I think the VIX is at 30 plus. It was really hard to find a setup. We kept getting setups, and then they would get blown out. You can see on this right here, this was a great setup. We had this drive down. We were watching this 1-minute candle. It set up, and then it broke too early on us. And then this thing actually got halted for volatility for about 5 minutes. Resumed, and now look at it. This is actually a pretty good setup right here too. Of course, we didn't take it. We put in our trades for today, and we paid for it. So that was Thursday, down 5R. We'll take a look at the next day. Friday, February 28th, we had 4 stocks on watch: mRNA, WDay, AMD, and MU. We did not take any trades. We were flat for the day. We did have 2 beautiful setups. Let's see here. AMD, we had a 5-minute setup at approximately 9:10. Let's zoom in on this and give it a little bit better look. You can see this beautiful drive, idle, break, run up 1R, 2R, a little bit of a pullback, all the way up to 3R, 3 to 1 on your money. It's a nice trade, nice easy setup. Doji candle for the idle bar. And we should have had one more nice setup on MU. It was a 1-minute setup at about 8:30 in the morning. So kind of right out the gate here. We get a 1-minute bar, drive up, we clear this level here. We can see this is a daily level that we'd marked off. We clear all the pre-market, we clear this daily level. We break on the acceleration bar. We get 1, 2, and I believe this, let's take a look, see. I think we get good continuation throughout the rest of the day, but easy 2R trade on that. We did not get to trade either one of these, and I'm going to show you why right now. As you can see, we were trading from the plane. I won't go into all the details. We did have proper safety guards set up. We weren't using the full Thinkorswim client. We were connected through remote connections back to the office. We had people in the office watching any trades we take. It worked amazingly well. It was a little bit difficult because the gentleman in front of me, I use the term gentleman a little loosely, decided he wanted to throw his seat back, and then it felt like he was having seizures for the rest of the flight. But anyway, the real issue was both of these setups. The Wi-Fi on the plane was working fine. We used our scanners. We marked off the charts. We were watching the charts for setups. Everything was good. at the exact time that I wanted to take both of these trades, the Wi-Fi was just completely flaky. Could not trust it. I did actually, I believe on the Micron, which was pretty much right out of the gate, minute into the morning, I actually put an order on, and the level 2 was freezing, so I just took it off. And I was a little worried that it was going to come off, but like I said, we did have people back to the office that were ready to flatten anything that wasn't going our way. So, it was fun. It was worth a try. The week in general, we're up half an hour. I think we're positive $5 for our new trading system. It's fine. Thursday really did us in, that revenge trading. Obviously, if we look back, that trade worked on Thursday, but we weren't in it because we used up all our emotional capital. So let's make this week a better week, and hope you guys are in the 10%, and we will catch up with you next week. Week of February 24th, we finished 1/2 hour in the green for a total profit of $5.